Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the tangle Nudora from CZT Tomas Padros. Okay, so this was the star of our Tough Tangle Tuesday sessions this month, and yeah, it takes a bit of concentration, a bit of focus. But that's mostly it, is that. And, like what isn't, right? Okay, so we're going to start off with a hexagon. And I always have, that's my first challenge, is drawing one. So I'm just going to do one big one. And I always start like this, so I can get, this is the roof of the house, right? And then we put the sides on the house, as long as my pen will behave. Maybe a little longer. Okay, and then now I'm going to do it the other direction because that seemed to work. And then, the last bit, another roof on the, on the bottom of the house. I also tried just putting dots. So like I started with this, if I, you know what size you want, and then putting in 2 dots and then connecting them. That, I don't know which works better. But this worked just fine. Okay, next. We're going to put seed shapes in, or I should say on, each side, leaving a little distance from each corner. All right. And seed shape, just by the way, just in case you are new-ish to Zentangle, it's a curved line going one direction and then the other direction, connecting at both ends like that. Okay, next. And this, I think, was the part that we had the most explain that again moments on. All right, so pick a seed, any seed. And honestly, it doesn't matter which side. I'm going to use the right side of the seed. And what we're going to do is I'm going to aura the one, I guess I could say, closest to where we're going to start. So here's where I'm going to start, right? And I'm going over this. The first one, though, you don't go all the, don't stop it somewhere mid-seed, okay? And you'll find out why in a moment. And I think the hardest part is making sure it's like we have this and we're going to, starting here, and then we're auraing the seed. I'm going to call it before it, right? So then I'm going to work back. I'm going to work backwards. So I'm going, what would that be? Counterclockwise. And so not, this seed already has a curve line on it. So not this one, and always working on that same side. So I'm picking that right side. And then this one, we can aura and stop at that line. And then continuing on, just remembering to do the same thing each time. All right. And, this is where it's just like, this is where the focus, because, well, I'll tell you about it later. All right. And then see how here, this is why I said keep it short, because then you can just continue it on like that. Okay. Versus having it be too long. And, well, I'll say that is basically it, except to decorate. And I like the way, I like what Thomas had done with it. And that is to put a line in between here, essentially auraing again. And so what I found, the way I like to do it was here where we ended all of our lines, I'm going to start there. And then, work to have the same, contour so it looks like it's auraed. And I like coming from that line because that is at least consistent. You can say, oh, okay, here's the middle. Whereas like this, here we have a little corner. It's like, oh, where do you start? I just found it easier to see this way. There we have it. And then up to you how you might want to decorate it. Let's see. Let's do, I might want to fill those in, those C shapes, but let's just do some shading real quick and then I'll decide on the other. That would be, so I'm thinking, you know, it's tucking here underneath. So let's put some graphite there. And of course, it's one of those things where you don't have to put that line in. However you want to decorate that, it's fine. You do whatever you want to do. Might put some on the other end too, because it kind of looks like it's bent around. But at the same time, I don't want to have too much. So I might just leave it like that. And I don't know, because I'm feeling like I want to. We'll fill in. Oh, you know what? I did. Oh no, I did do it on one sample. Let's see. Oh, let me just do it different. Let's fill in this bottom side. Can always come back and fill in both if I don't like it. Ooh, that looks kind of neat though. There we go. Just a little, needed a little contrast. So that's kind of interesting. All right, now for the quandry one. Some of it's going to be the same idea. Well, really, it's all the same idea. We are just not putting in that hexagon at first. And he said on the step outs, and you can see those in the description section. Look for where it says for more inspiration from the creator of this tangle. And that is it. And you have to scroll down because that's usually where I miss things, because I think we're done at the end of the step out, that they submit and, has a little copyright thing. But no, there's a lot of times more. And I've learned with Thomas's that there's usually something coming up afterwards. All right. So he explains quandry. Okay. But then don't be confused by that, because I'm like, wait, now how? No, he's not erasing those things. No, he's not. It's just showing as an example. Here's quandry. And so what he's doing is, oops, I don't want that pen. We're going to make basically a circle. I mean, it doesn't quite look like a hexagon, but it is a hexagon, but it's a circle without those lines. All right. So that is a little bit tricky, but here's how he demonstrates how to do it. We're going to we'll start with one that's going to be angled this way. Okay. And so he has this going around. One way I thought of it, I'm just going to throw this out there, I'm not going to do it, is you could decide how far apart and make these parallel, because you're going to have two sets, right? Of parallel, or parallel-ish, really. Okay. But so here's how he's done it. So there's one. And what if you want to do it, going around, what I found helped is air drawing over this. It's like, okay, I want to get this curve, so that way the curve kind of continues, but you want to leave a little gap. Okay. And then I aim to make the same size, but sometimes that just doesn't work. Okay. And then we'll do it again. Going slow does help. And then the next one, so he has little arrows and two parallel lines, because this next one he's pointing out that that's going to be parallel. So we'll shoot for that. Although the way I'm drawing them, I can't really see because my hand's in the way. But you can see it's kind of parallel. Okay. And then the next one is going to be parallel to this. And well, I've got a big space. It's going to be parallel to that. We'll just leave some, we'll just fill it in as best we can there. There we go. you will find out that it's not going to matter so much. And I like to do it freehand. I mean, I know a lot, they want to, measure things out and whatnot. And to me, it's so magical to just do it the best you can and see what happens. So if you tend to like to do the pencil, I recommend just every once in a while, do it. No one will know. It's okay. But try it. Just go straight pen to paper and not worry about what happens. Okay. Same idea as we have done here. So I'm going to aura this seed here, but I'm picking this one, and same thing. We're going to aura it coming short of the end, then jumping to this seed and stopping at that line. Same thing, and just rinse and repeat. And we'll finish this one off here. There we have it. And same thing, you can decorate it however you like it. Now I did it one way where you can do the same thing here, and he puts little dots, little orbs on the end of these lines because we have this open space. But I want to try the other way because I didn't yet. And that was, he put a nice C-shaped curve line on those openings. We were joking and said it looks like sausages, especially with the shading. There we go. Just neat. And actually, as I'm looking on the sample he did this, he went and put lines in those seed shapes, but I don't think I want to do that. But let's have fun with, I'm going to shade it similarly. Although these look like, I'm going to probably put a little graphite on those ends because they look like they are, for sure look like they're, it's something that's bent over the edge. But maybe a little lighter. I think I'll use what's left on the Tortillion. Actually, I will do that now. Yeah, just real light. So that way it's not competing with this. This looks different than that. There we go. That's it. And granted, it could have been a little better, but that's what happens when you freehand. And it's all fine. Now, this is just the individual. You can also, so I'll just use my samples. So any one of these seed shapes can become one of your next one. So yeah, this was one I did good. I'll show you the one that had an oops gone right, because it's so cool. So like this, so this seed, so right here, and then I was like, oh, that's going to start my next one. But here we had the hexagon, so you could draw, from that side, you would draw that hexagon coming from there, right? And you can spread it out however you wish. On this one, same idea, except it's the seed shape that starts the next one. And that's what this one was. And this one, because I decided to, as I said, I wanted to try this because I just left those open and decided that I needed to have fancy fescues growing out of it. So yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just neat. You grow it however you want to grow it. Oh, where's the other one? Well, this one wasn't finished. And there's one oops, so I gotta go and two. So I have to go and put the oopses in all of the other places. Can you see them? But like I said, it doesn't have to be, filling something in like this. Actually, that's kind of a flower shape, isn't it? But you can just, like I said, do it however you want to do it. All right, here's the other. This has the full oops because I did the same thing on that one. And you can see the difference. And this is where just continuing to go on, shrug off the mistake, and it's like, okay, well, that's how it's going to be. So that's how we're going to continue. So here's what I did. I ended up, because remember I said, be very careful where your seed shapes are. Oh, let's use the Tortillion. Right. Or which side. So as I was just going along, so where's a good one to show you? So, okay, so if I was working on this seed shape, this is the line right to aura. Well, I went to this side and ended at the same place, but I'm like, wrong side. So I just continued on and then saw what it looked like and then did the same thing on each one. And oops, gone right. So I encourage you, embrace when the oops happens and just see what you can make out of it. It might turn out really neat, as I think that did. All right. So that is Nudora. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please click on the like button. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. Maybe I don't know if I can get all three of those in the one thing. Anyway, do check out for more. I'm just going to make a pile. Check out the links in the description section, links to the step outs, and then below those, if you would like to have this kind of fun, this is on the third Tuesday of every month. It is free. And it's just an hour, and we just come. And the aim really is to help us figure out some of these tangles that seem to be tougher, and it's a number of different reasons. It takes a lot of focus, right? That's what this one was, because it wasn't necessarily hard. It was just like, oh, okay, I really need to pay attention, and to which side that thing is coming from, that C shape, and can do it all the way around. There are other ones where they are just hard. And so we try to take a look at all of those kind of things. And then we have fun, and, it's just, come and join us sometime. We have fun. If you're interested in such classes, in my link tree, which is below the links to the step outs, there are 2 links in there where I post classes, so you can follow me there, Facebook and then Eventbrite. I also post things on my website, but at the moment, I don't have a mechanism to send out notices and things like that, and have people sign up to receive notices for such things. These we do. I'm working on it though. So yeah, come and join us for this kind of fun. Also on Thursdays, I do free classes. So that's called Tangle Time. And it's similar where I take a tangle or 2, it just depends. And we have fun with it. And you work on whatever you want with whatever you want. And we're tied together by the tangle that we happen to be doing. All right. I do have paid classes also that are on Tuesday. This is the only one that is a freebie on Tuesday, but you can see all that information, like I said, where I post classes. All right. Also on the link tree, I want to highlight our Tangle Addicts community. If you would like to join with a bunch of other Tangle addicts that like to have fun and tangle and are super, super supportive of each other, come and join us. Find that link, click it, answer the 4 questions, all 4. And as soon as I see it, then we'll let you in. All right. So with that, thank you again so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.